Okay, I haven't opened it since yesterday, since I fed him. Did you hear that? Little psst. Smells like sourdough. Bubbly. It's probably bad lighting. Just a sec. There we go. Bubbly. Whoa. Anyway, I have a food scale, but you can always measure it out. You just have to like Google or ChatGPT equivalents. I can send you the snapshot that I follow. I do 135 grams of starter for each of my loaves, and I save so much starter because I always do 3 loaves at a time. We literally eat a loaf of bread every single day. Just sick. I don't want to send you like long videos. So anyway, so I just pour until it's like 135. Sometimes I go to 140. Okay. And then I just go until this jar is done, and then I do the other jar. So I'll literally use everything that drips out. Sometimes just a little bit more, especially if it's thick like that, because there's a little bit more in there. But I don't take it all because I still need some starter in there, so that I could keep the starter. See, it's still in there. Oops, I forgot to open the other one. Just a sec. Don't fall. Oh, let's start another video. Okay. So then I go, and this I have, like I said, I have not even messed with these since yesterday when I sent you a video. Okay, now I always just, I don't know if there's enough in there to do 3 loaves. It doesn't look like there's enough to do 3 loaves. Looks like it's gonna be 2 loaves today. I can just tell that there's probably only half about that much, so I'm gonna leave it in there. Anyway, so there's the starter. And it's a long video, just a sec. Okay, so both of my loaves of bread just have the starters in them right now. So get them out of the way. And then I'll feed these dudes so that I can get them all the way out of the way. So this is the one that had like just the outside, I dripped it all the way out, you know what I'm saying? It's just coating the inside of the jar. I'm gonna go ahead, because I'm gonna use this in a couple days to make more loaves. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and feed it. So I'm gonna give it 2 of these. I'm gonna give it 4 tablespoons of flour. I just poofed it in my face. A little bit of heaping, and then I'll do 4 tablespoons of water. And then this one has some left in it, and since I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4 tablespoons too, especially since I didn't have enough to do 3 loaves. I want to be able to have enough to do 3 loaves either tomorrow or the next day. So I'm gonna stop the video because I showed you this yesterday. Just a sec, be right back. Okay, I took care of my jars of starter. Just know that, oops, it's gonna take a while. It's time consuming, but that's okay. All right, got my starter in there. I've seen people add the flour first. I've seen people add the water first. I just like to add the water first. So like I said, I'll show you the measurements that I use. You can use whatever recipe you want. This one's pretty simple though. And then I go and add about 275 grams of water. And kind of just like the starters in the jar, I like to go right at 275 or a little less because I just like it thicker. It seems like it definitely doesn't stick to my hands as much, and I don't like it sticking to my hands because then I feel like I'm wasting too much. So I do the same thing to both loaves. You know what I'm saying? Okay, water's added, and now I add 450 grams of flour. I should probably get a bigger cup, just a sec. Never mind, it's not clean. That's probably why I got this one. Anyway, so 450 grams of flour to both bowls. Okay. Oh, and I already started adding flour to that other bowl, but most of the time I like to mix the water and the starter first before I add the flour. Not a big deal if you don't. I've done it both ways. I don't know. I'm still learning, so I don't know what the best is. And in my experience, like, it all seems to turn out the same. I honestly think that the difference in loaves and stuff really depends on the temperature of your kitchen and maybe even the elevation, because chances are my stuff is going to be a lot more, like, my starter and shit is probably going to be a lot more moist than yours, and that's probably why I like to add a little bit less water. I don't know, like, I don't know about South Dakota, but like Wyoming was like super dry, like we were in a desert, and so chances are you might want to add more water. I don't know, it's just like what if you can mix your shit and it not stick all to your fingers, like grossly, like can't get it off, then I think you need more flour, in my opinion. But if you can like mix it together and like only bits and pieces stick, you know, like normal or whatever, I think that's perfect, because I just, like I said, I think you just waste too much when it's too sticky. So that's why I add less water. Okay, because I was talking, I didn't add enough flour to this one at first. And so I was mixing it up. I was like, wow, that's like watery. And so I had to kind of guess at how much more flour to add. So I guess this loaf right here, this one's going to be a little experimental loaf. I'll try to get it to the consistency that it usually is, but we'll definitely be able to see what it's like to mix just a little, like maybe half the flour in with the water first and then add more flour, see if that changes, like, I don't know, the toughness or the density of it or something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to be honest with you and let you know that this one I messed up on. Okay, so this is it after the starter and the water and the flour are together, and now I'm going to mix it. La 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 la, and it'll be all watery at first, and then it'll get all sticky like usual. And then some people have KitchenAids, which I'm gonna get eventually, and it has them, and it does this for them. And when it gets too thick, sometimes I'll switch to like the handle of a wooden spoon and like stir it that way. But I just scrape it off the bowl. But you know how to mix things together, so I don't know why I'm showing you how to mix things together or what I'm doing. Maybe I just wanted to send you another video. I don't know. But this one that we're ignoring, I already covered it. And after you mix it all together, this is probably why I made the video. After you get it all mixed together, you wait. I was gonna say 15 minutes, but I think it's 30 minutes. So I think it's like 15 to 30 minutes. And then you can add the salt if you want, or you have to. Anyway, people add salt. I add salt. And then you can like mix it in with your hand, the salt, until the salt crystals, you don't feel them anymore. Anyway, you wait like 15 to 30 minutes because of the, don't know how to pronounce it, autolyze. And that makes it to where it doesn't like, you can't like, okay, so like right now I would be stretching, I could stretch it, but it would like just break apart and not stretch. So if you wait that time, the flour does something that I don't remember. I mean, it autolyzes, but it does something to where when you go back to it, you can actually stretch it instead of it just breaking. You know what I mean? Anyway, but that's after you mix it together. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so moral of the story is the day that you start is not the day that you'll bake. I'm going to be baking these loaves tomorrow morning, okay? So basically, you get it all mixed together, you wait the 30 minutes, you do the first stretch and fold with the salt in it, okay? That basically you stretch and you fold it on top of itself. Not the whole kneading method, it's the stretch. back together, stretch, back together, stretch, back together. Some people use 2 hands and they stretch it up and they fold it on itself, stretch it up. I haven't been able to do that. I don't think I have enough, since I only do like 1 loaf per bowl. Some people do like 3 or 4 loaves per their huge bowls that they have, which I would do if I had a huge bowl, and then they do the whole like this thing. But I have little bowls, and so I have to hold the bowl down while I'm stretching the dough, so that's how I do it. Anyway, you do that, the stretch and folds. Some people say every 30 to 45 minutes for like 4 or 5 hours. I do it all day long. Okay, I take that back because I work in the evenings. So I'll do it from now at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I will stretch and fold it until I get ready to leave for work. So I'll be stretching and fold it 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So 8 hours. I'll stretch it, and I don't do it every 30 to 45 minutes. I do it every hour, or sometimes, because, you know, I'm busy homeschooling and shit, I do it every 2 hours. Like, I don't think that really actually matters, and maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe that's why there's people on Instagram that have beautiful loaves, and you know what I mean? So maybe that does matter, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. You can do whatever you want. I do whatever I want. I don't like being told what to do. I like to find my own ways. You know, and you're probably similar, so you'll find what works best for you. I'm just showing you what I do. That way you can like take it and then like make it your own, or you can take it and do exactly what I do. You know, it's whatever. But anyway, so this bread gets baked tomorrow morning. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. So new video. That was a long video. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the stretching and folding all day long until I get ready for work. After that last stretch and fold, I cover it with saran wrap, and then it goes in the fridge. They say 6 to 8 hours. I put it in the saran wrap, and put it in the fridge, and it stays there until, so like, okay, I put it in the fridge, we'll say 3:30. It doesn't get out of the fridge to get baked until the next day after breakfast. So 10:30 in the morning, okay? So obviously I think there is a point where you could leave it in the fridge for too long. I don't know what that is. I doubt it's even a day. It's probably like a couple of days, because I've even seen videos where people are like, this has been in my fridge for 3 days, let's see how it turns out, and it's fine. But anyway, I'll send you screenshots and stuff. And also, just a sec, sorry, I get to rambling, it's annoying. So then when you bake it, and I'll probably show you tomorrow, I don't know. If I don't show you tomorrow, just listen to me. Preheat the oven to 475. If you have a Dutch oven, which I didn't when I first started, you can use whatever pan goes in the oven that has a lid, okay, or pot, whatever, that can go in the oven at 475 degrees and survive, that has a lid. Because what you're going to want to do is you're going to take that pan with the lid, you're going to put it in the oven empty, like nothing in it, and it's going to preheat with the oven. I turn on the oven, put my pan in, and then I set my timer for 30 minutes, even though by that time the oven has already preheated to its temperature that it needs to be. I wait until the 30-minute timer goes off, and then I know it's ready to bake. So everything is all warm and ready to go. Your Dutch oven, your pan or pot, whatever, is all warm on the inside. And then I always use parchment paper, because I don't like, first of all, I don't think you're supposed to do that to cast iron. I don't know how to take care of cast iron. I don't care. Anyway, so I use parchment paper. After the fridge, I take it out. You've probably seen my videos on YouTube. Nope, probably not. I meant Instagram. And then I do the whole like blah blah blah, switch to ding ding ding, give it all like pressure, and like that's why I was doing this scooping thingy on the counter, because it like pressurizes it. And then I cut it. I used to cut it with a knife, but that was before I even had like tough dough. You're just gonna have to trust yourself. I don't know, use a sharp knife, use a razor blade. Just, they're literally regular razor blades that probably Kenny has in his toolbox. Make sure it's clean, and then one of the Instagram followers of mine sent me one, and it has a handle. It's cool. Get it off Amazon. I don't know how much. Anyways, I make a little design. You can make whatever design you want. Obviously, there's a strip down the middle. You can make it look like a leaf. That's the most popular, it seems like. Anyway, put it on the parchment paper, put it in the Dutch oven, put the lid on it, put it in the oven for 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, you take off the lid, put it in there without the lid on for another 20 minutes. It should be done. Okay? Those are long videos, and I apologize. You don't have to watch them. Hey. Stop talking to each other like that, please.
He's yelling at us.
Yes.
And he's not even doing school.
Okay. Cool. Okay, now be quiet so you all can focus.
Oh my goodness, Jongi.
Jongi?
Yeah, that's your name.
Mama, what's this? I tried doing it alone, but it didn't work.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute, you make sure.
Did somebody already read this first? No, wait. No. Mom, can I read it for him, please?
Gideon, do you mind if she reads it for you? What is it? The instructions or what?
It's a red thing.
Red thing. Red thing.
Kind of like the blue stuff.
Oh, okay. Gideon, answer the question.
Can I read it for you, please?
Oh, my sleeves.
Mom, too? Mom's doing I can roll up your sleeves.
Yeah, thanks. I just don't want to touch the bread with my sleeves.
Mom, why
Thanks.
do you kind of like that?
Yeah. Will you flatten out my parchment paper here in a second?
Oh.
That's fine. This is a little sticky. This loaf is a little sticky. Okay, go ahead.
Think it's going to be good?
It'll be fine. I just don't like how it sticks to me like that because it kind of messes up the loaf a little bit.
Hey, Gideon. Gideon, Mom's doing sourdough. Can I please? Yes. Okay. And we'll done.
Hey, Angie, it's your turn to cut a design.
Okay, one second.
I can do it.
No. What should I cut? I want to try to make a snowflake. If you
Okay, but don't take forever. Here, this is expanding.
What are you gonna do?
Snowflake.
You can do it. I believe in you, Angela. Angela. Angelique B.
Angelique P.
No.
Angie Dinky
Angie
P.
has good muscles down there, so she don't leaky pee. What? You guys are losing.
Don't mess me up.
Don't hurt me. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Here, back off. She has a sharp knee.
Make
Here.
Nico, wait on Arvin.
No, that my beard.
Nico.
Okay, stop. Almost done?
Yeah, I tried to do the cool snowflake.
Eating
a boo.
Yeah, get in, stop it.
I cut that one. Snowflake.
Just a minute, bud.
Did you already tell her what temperature it needs to be on?
Yeah, I already bossed that bitch around.
the seat. I mean, around the seat. I mean.
Hey, Granny.
What's up, Vader? That's hot.
Beer. Granny, isn't this
Beer.
Beer. Beer.
That is after 20 minutes of the lid on. Go back in there. for another 20 minutes out of the oven. And then we put the Dutch oven back in there. You can't see. Okay, you can see it. While we're waiting for this one to be done, that Gideon's cutting a snowflake. And so I don't know if you'll do multiple loaves at a time, but if you do, make sure your Dutch oven is in the oven waiting for the next one so that it stays warm. That's Angie's snowflake. Designs are hard. Designs are hard. Yep, Vader's eating a hairball. Want to see? Too late. You have to see. She's eating her hairball. It's more of like just she ate too much, so there's not really any hair in it. But are you glad I showed you that at the same time as showing you our bread? Been a minute since we sourdough'd together, shall we? Okay. We got Bubbles and Barry. Sometimes they'll sizzle a little bit. Okay. Starting with berries. Look how bubbly she be. Can you see that? You can't see that. Let me see if I can help you see that. I can't see if you can see that. Can you see that? Either way, it's bubbly. She boobly. Alright. Making bread. Of course. It's not as thick either. That's alright. Whoa. Calm down. Two jars, 2 bowls, 2 loaves. I usually can get 3 loaves, but here lately, I must not just be feeding enough because I'm only getting 2 loaves, which is fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to feed it more because I do like making 3 loaves at a time because I have 3 bowls that I can use, so might as well use or make 3 loaves. You know what I'm saying? Starter in. Okay, starter in the bowls. I'm gonna feed my jars real quick before we carry on. Eat. All right, feeding. This is a 2 tablespooner, okay? I usually, like last week, I'll just say, I usually only feed 2 tablespoons at a time. So like I would do 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of water. But this week, today is the 3rd day in a row of making 2 loaves of bread. So I'm going to, that's 4, that's 6. I'm gonna do 6 tablespoons, okay? Heaping tablespoons of flour. And then I'm gonna do, like just at 6 tablespoons of water. Did I say that right? Heaping flour, just at water. All right, I just added the water. So we have been easily eating 1 full loaf of sourdough a day. Like, cause we have not bought cereal in probably, it's been over a month. I was gonna say 2 months, but I don't know for sure. I can't prove it, and I don't remember right. But I know it's been over a month. We have not bought cereal, which I still like doing cereal because it's freaking easy. It's an easy freaking breakfast, okay? But I also want healthy children, okay? And I love cereal, okay? I love cereal. Didn't get a lot of it when I was growing up, so when I became an adult and could buy my own cereal, for heaven's sakes, I bought it and ate it. And it's just, I love it. I'm addicted to it, probably because of all the chemicals in it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we do toast for breakfast, and sometimes we have enough time for me to make eggs with that toast. Otherwise, it's toast, okay? And I have protein coffee with it. I usually only allow myself to have the equivalent of like 1.5 pieces of sourdough toast, which is about 90 to 100 grams. And so yes, I weigh my toast every morning. For one thing, because I have goals, okay? So if you don't have a food scale or whatever, like, that's cool. I didn't have a food scale until this year, actually, and I'm very excited about it because I'm able to measure my food a little bit better, able to track it better, and help me with my goals. Anyway, okay, so we got 6 tablespoons of flour, 6 tablespoons of water, plus the starter that was in my jars already. Marking the jars because we like to watch them grow during the day. We like to see how much they grow. I also like to tighten the lids. I must have not done that yesterday, because then when I open them up tomorrow to feed, they like do this sizzle thing, this fizz sizzle thingy. Anyway, I did. Hopefully this is enough to make 3 loaves of bread tomorrow. That would be cool. I'd like to get to a point where I am selling it. You know what I mean? Not this. Selling loaves of bread, stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I even have a name for like the business. I'm not gonna give it to you because I don't want you to steal it. I know how you guys can be sometimes, but it's a really good idea. It's funny, it's kind of snarky. So I'm just trying to perfect it, and I know a loaf of bread is so trying to perfect it, and I know like loaves of bread, like they can look like however. I want them to look delicious. They taste good, but I want them to look good as well. And so we're having fun letting the kids like cut the designs in them and stuff like that. Anyways, hoping to get to a point where I'm making enough to where we can still have, you know, our sourdough and eat it too, and also sell it. I think it'd be cool. Obviously, I think I'd be selling it locally first, and then go into possibly not locally as well. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's just an idea that I've been batting around. Also batting around the idea of selling feet pictures.
Wait, I'm gonna take off my gloves because I hurt myself.
You freaking.
Oh my god. Leaving? No.
No.
She's a tough bitch this morning.
Kinda got